All right, so this will come as a very shocking news to a lot of people. One, we need the gospel music, you know this. And today, which happens to be the 21st of April 2024, is going to be a sad day in the music, the gospel music fraternity. Musician, your friend Koda, are popularly, you know, Bagana and Yuma, one of the songs, anthem. I friend Yesu Yenkwabudu, Yenkwabudu. Yes, musician na Ocho Sanyum na. I say on a nasi cry and a year rendition. According to him, no, during that particular day, no, not just say he was performing live and of free a nasi so nasi become so uti music now. Or say live na or you know no him say or more record and say obi cry record no the to baby a be hit sa MH never hit him and be national gospel music anthem. And then the antia sempa because Koda and Diankasa aye Kofi Owusu Dua Anto into straight edini ya Kofi for K Owusu for O, Dua for D, and A for Anto. So Kofi Owusu Dua Anto. In short, no Koda, who you see initials na a Koda, a brandy no me no can say no, or more parties were trying to know said. Now Koda no a gospel musician or sounds a record producer, and or sounds a multi-instrumentalist. So more and more Takoradi, the western part of the country. And you realize Fantiphonia the Adena, you could see a Koda or a multi-talented that he rose from the ranks way back in western region to central. Just a honor we play most of the instruments and as in the early stage of music career, and it started from the west coast, the central region, the western region, and maybe rise through the ranks and file to be one of the prominent people in the gospel music fraternity. Yeah, that's sorry information now. It is a bit confirmed, and not bit is confirmed by Metro TV. Patches yes, Koda. Yanka say me Koda no me no kasi no watwana na mo shared omo party he died after a short illness. I mean no kasi we have the short illness apparently we took his life and be the details of that particular short illness and even how it even came about and even what this whole thing about. But answer no ma a brief history about Koda we are what really killed him. Koda on December 15th, 1978, and as yet now, he was 45 years old up until his death. For about a year, about Koda, the family career, the family life near the Adenede, we don't really have much details into it, but what we are learning is that Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and Okoye a mass squad director of the university because Oshe the music career anymore ne mame Krano Osana ne mame enrolling our music class just at the age of 10 and Koda fell in love with playing instruments, music and all of that. Aside from that, he was also a music director and an instrumentalist at HSA on the music wing of Baptist Students Union Abwa or sounds na simple jazz crew boy just the guy is really a legend. Now after tertiary and they just say or start say or showing yum cry just say or the new bibri about just one of the major hits and on the album a hit and Kwambodo just say while working on with various music artists like Nasi and others, and one of the people he has collaborated and even produced music for is the likes of Joe Bechem, Pastor Joe Bechem, Dan Nethi, New Okai, Pastor Helen Yausin, and also Dinah Hamilton. He has worked with all of these people. Now back to the track, Mamima, what really killed him, what we are learning. According to what is really going on and what we are learning, normal patches say for some time now, Koda has not been feeling well. As a Koda, the home fano, now omuchumi the real sickness behind all of this. Even though I can't really say on authority say it is, but what we are learning is that he was suffering from a serious illness. And we are learning that this illness was a kidney disease. That is what we are learning now. As time goes on, our family, because we're a public figure, and it will be bringing more details as to what caused this, what led to this, and even how we even got here in the first place. we will be looking at all of that. But up until now, no, what we are learning currently, say it took the life of this particular young prolific musician, no, Koda, no, the fact that he suffered from a kidney failure. And for some time now, as you can see, he has been trying so much and so hard to kind of solve this issue. And I said, Obenya Yarisa, but Yankupon in Nimdioya, or say no, Koda, you've done your best by this time. I need you up there for a higher job, for a better role, for a place. You will be with me till eternity. And Nuntiana, Yankupon Atonesa, Afre Koda. Now, news nearby, and obviously on social media, no, there's a lot of reactions on social media because this time, I said the younger musician, the younger generations, no, Sebi Omona Omufimu. A very sad issue because obeda sorry no yes see obeda sorry yes see it say it is one of the things that you say you need end down say ABC, but unfortunately no it is what is really happening now. Among forecast a band is saying young musicians no move. Have we ever sat down to think about this kidney issue, how we can solve this kidney issue? Have we sat down to think about it? There are more things are also in regards to this, but then you debate see her the last moments of a year in Bema Koda. This again is a very sad issue. It happened, and unfortunately, it is one of the things that is here to say sad. But this was one of the moments, and Koda, and he was having a meeting with his fellow people. This was exactly 1 year ago. Omopadi said this was up until the time the whole kidney thing extra I just say na sefin pa Koda no Nyankopon ato ne nsa frɛ na very very sad issue. So yenko share this particular video involved. We are also monitoring all the latest development. Ye won hu bia na aba na efiechi ba no ye de bebrem right here on this particular platform.
Oh, I went to him last week. He taught me this one. Hey, so I'm serious. So I never told you this in there. So at a point in time, I was asking myself, that, hey, this guy, what would be your problem? But I think the basic thing that the person was trying to prove was the fact that whether he had more proximity or whatever point the person was with. But I thank God so much I was able to ignore that thing. And it took a while to understand those open voicings and all those things. But finally, it came because I was able to remain resolute and tell myself that, Charlie, I'm older than the guy, no problem. But the thing the guy they play, I know they understand. Make I tell them the truth and then see how we can figure some of these things out. Which brings me to my next question. You didn't have any real teacher when it comes to some of these things. So what took you into that weird way of playing? Because you are supposed to sound normal. Where from the 13s and all those weird things you were playing on campus?
Interestingly enough, it was more okay. I did a lot playing by ear, starting off, and then I also went into like the hymn world. Okay, so that was my
I know that place. You have it covered. Yeah,
I started with the hymn world, and then let me see, when did I get into all this jazzy? Place a finger on it.
Wow.
Either I found a record somewhere and then started getting interested in it. I forget exactly. I can't place a finger on exactly.
No, but you had the Mark Levine book by the time I met you. So where did you get that?
Oh, the Mark Levine book came a little after even I started meddling with jazz and all that. Mark Levine book. Who did I get that from?
Victor?
Either got that from Victor Day. I think it was Victor Day because I met Victor after a while. I used to play at Golden Tulip and all that.
Used to play at Golden Tulip. Please, ladies and gentlemen, record that.
At the time, I met Victor Day, and he also opened up because I also heard him. He's also a beast, like on
he is. So, he is.
And interestingly enough, we actually were in the same JSS together.
Oh, were you?
Interestingly enough, let me even back to the story. So Victor Day was the one who was supposed to have taught me how to play keyboard. Because back in JSS 102, he was already playing. Like I heard the game playing like whatever in school.
Okay.
So there was one holiday season. He was like, "Oh, I was interested in it." He was like, "Okay, so come home and then I want to teach you how to play." And then, interestingly enough, they moved from I think then it was in Session World, so he had moved. So I did not have access to anything. And then a little bit after that is when I also went transferred to another school and started my journey, continued over that way.
Okay.
So he has also played a part in the whole jazz journey, also. I learned quite a lot too from him. Got a few very interesting,
Yeah.
concepts from him. Yes. So that's what makes it. Yep.
Wow. So we are gradually. So how did production to come into the picture for you?
Production came. My first production was with a guy called what is it? What's his name? I forget.
Madison?
Not Madison. He came after. The first guy was called. I forget
Oh,
his
ladies
name.
and gentlemen, by the
He was a
way,
neighbor.
McAfee is the one that I worked on a lot of the productions on the Adom album Gospel. People mistake it for me. It's not me. I didn't play on that album. No, I was
But
there
but but
around.
but
I
but
was there around,
interesting.
but I
But
didn't play on
interestingly
that.
enough, I think I also. I have to say that because there's a lot I learned from Koda too. He's making it seem
Oh,
so biased and one-sided. There's a whole
please.
lot that I learned from you too,
Disregard that part, my lord. Disregard
including
that part, my lord.
Jerry and all that. So interesting that we just became like a whole brotherly group,
Yeah, I
and
know.
and all that. When we learned from each other. For us, I think that is what really kept us going. That whole brotherliness, and I
But it
think if we
started from
humble
your
ourselves
room
and
in
learn.
Indie, so
Yes. With
yes.
myself, what's his name? Jerry, interesting enough, was my next door neighbor.
Ah, he was your next door neighbor.
He was
Yeah,
my
that's true.
next door
That's
neighbor,
true.
if you
That's true.
remember.
That's true. That's true. That's
Eddie,
true.
I was roommates with Eddie and Timo. They were all roommates, yeah,
Timo.
back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, but coming back to the production, I don't know if now this guy's name is gone off my name. That was the first guy, and then I also met Madison. So he had come from the States shortly, and then he was looking for someone to help.